Vellis, count 2-0. Not having to do much, just keeping the bat on the shoulder, as a walk would also score a runner. So you notice the bases are loaded for Southern Connecticut, but it's been due to a couple of walks. Patience at the plate has been their best friend, as Dino Vellis takes a cut at that one, swings and a misses. Count will be 2-1. So the bases loaded, 2 out. Dino Vellis needs a base hit here. The Owls do not want to strand the bases loaded in a key opportunity. The 2-1 from Colbert. Upstairs, 3-1. Hitters count for Dino Vellis. This is going to be the pitch that she gets that she likes. Hopefully. It's either going to be that or it's going to miss for ball 4. I got a nickname during the basketball season working with my colleague Chris Smith. They started calling me the prognosticator, and that's what I prognosticate for this at-bat. As that one catches the outside part of the plate for a strike, as my prognostication proves to be false. Colbert found exactly the right part of the outside of the zone to fill up the count at 3-2. So if Colbert can get this strikeout, that is really impressive for number 18. The 3-2. Swing and a miss there from Dino Vellis as the Owls get the bases loaded, but they strand them there. We'll be back in the top half of the second frame with the Penmen up to bat. Welcome back. Top of the second frame. The Owls were threatening there in the bottom of the first with the bases juiced, but ended up striking out there was Christina Dino Vellis. But we are back here. Top half of the second frame. Giselle Delutri looked good in that first inning. Penman did not get a hit in that first inning, so technically Giselle Delutri still pitching no-hit ball as that one misses for ball 1. Delutri leading this squad in strikeouts by far. 19 Ks. Next highest is 9, and that is Ashley Lewis. If you look at the pitching as a whole for the Owls, it seems a lot deeper this year, and the pitchers seem a bit more versatile. Last year it was a lot of Ashley Lewis, a lot of Giselle Delutri, but a heightened role for Kate Nickerson now in her sophomore season. Moira Collins as well, coming over as a transfer, and Olivia Young starting to prove to be a bit more of that two-way asset. But a 2-1 count here. Donovan leading off for the Penmen in this second frame. Let's see if Delutri can battle back. That one hit hard, but foul. So I talked about it during yesterday's broadcast, but this infield is very good. Izzy Ingersoll coming into yesterday was 3rd in the entire nation in infield assists. Gianna Iaquinto, I mentioned that highlight play on the SportsCenter Top 10. Nadia Sestari has always been a great fielder, and I'll be honest with you folks, I don't know much about the abilities of Brianna Pearson at first base. Should have done some more studying on that in any 10 film, but count will be 3-2. It fills up here on Donovan. And not to mention Carly Austin also fields her position great well behind the dish. 3-2. Swing and a miss there. Another strikeout for Delutri. That's what you get when you have Giselle Delutri on the mound. A heavy diet of the K.
Number 3, the right fielder, Mick Alto.
So here's Mick Alto. 241 batting average coming into today. Delutri pounds the zone right there again for strike 1. Getting ahead early is exactly what she's doing on the mound. As when you've got a defense behind you, as I mentioned earlier on in that last at-bat, that is very good, you can prove to pound the zone. You don't have to pitch scared. You don't have to be afraid of the ball getting put in play and your fielders making a mistake. These fielders are all great. I didn't highlight the outfield either, but some great fielders out there in the outfield as well. The 0-2 from Delutri. This is outside for the first ball of the at-bat. Is to make a prediction about the rest of this game. Another prognostication is we're going to get 2 in the first inning and a half. I think Delutre's going to go deep in this game. As that one hit hard, foul. Count will be 1-2. This is a 7-inning game. I don't expect Delutre to go any less than 6 innings. We're going to make a prediction there, see what happens. 1-2 the count, 1 down. Delutre looks to get another strikeout. Infield, everybody looks back except for Pearson, who's pinched a little bit in. That one misses outside. You can see Delutre trying to get those pitches on the outside parts of the zone, trying to feel out where the strike zone is for this particular umpire. 2-2 count, 1 down, nobody on. Delutre sets, delivers. Misses again, the count fills up at 3-2. Mick Alto, patient at bat. Let's get you the stat here. Mick Alto, 10 walks on the season. That leads the squad by 4. Peyton Feldman, second at 6. The 3-2. Hit on the ground, that'll be played by Ingersoll. It's an easy one for her as she throws to first for the out. Simple 6-3. 2 down, here's Abby Lineman.
At bat, the catcher, number 23, Abby Lineman.
As here is Abby Lineman, 276 batting average on the season, 2 runs scored, 8 hits, 1 double, 1 homer, and 6 RBI. That one misses for ball 1. This is really the first at bat that Delutre started to work from behind a little bit. See how that affects her on the mound with 2 down and Lineman at the plate. Swing and a miss there. Count will be 1-1. You can see the SCSU coaches kind of motioning out to those outfielders. That was something that we had back at Amity with my guy Brendan Moss, who's now the head coach this year, thanks to some changes. 1-1 the count, 2 down. Entire infield playing back. Delutre. That one fouled straight back. Count will be 1-2. Delutre looks to get the Owls into the dugout here with one final strike to get them into the bottom half of the second frame, as we saw what that offense can do in the first. Patience at the plate, got a couple of walks. They got the bases loaded, unfortunately did not cash in, but this offense can prove to get another opportunity as that one misses outside for another ball. It evens the count at 2-2. One thing I noticed about this Penman dugout yesterday is they're not afraid to be a little loud. You love to see it. That one fouled back again. This will be the 6th pitch of the at-bat for Delutre. Two count, 2 down. Delutre kicks, deals. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, it's another one for Giselle Delutre as she gets the Owls into the dugout, ready to hop on the sticks in the bottom half of the frame. Jordan Chamberlain will lead off when we come back. Welcome back. Leading off for the Owls, bottom half of the second frame, it'll be Jordan Chamberlain. It's Chamberlain, Young, and Sestari. Something you can appreciate about Jordan Chamberlain is that it's always an old school banger for her walk-up song. Bottom half of the second frame, another inning of work out there for Juliana Colbert. First pitch of this second frame. Misses for ball 1. Talked about Colbert's stats already, but 3 complete games jump off the page for me personally in 52 Ks. That's a 20 strikeout lead on the next best pitcher on their squad. That one put in play by Chamberlain. It's going to get hit out to center field, but right underneath of it for the can of corn play is the center fielder for the out.
At bat, number 48, Olivia Young.
Here's Olivia Young. She led the squad in homers last season. Bit of a slower start this season, though, with a 185 average. Swing and a miss there for the first strike. Count will be 0-1. Young's role in this lineup has been a little flipped around. Last year you saw her in the middle of the lineup. That 3-4-5 spot was where Coach Kate Bowen would have her almost every time, but now batting towards the end of it thanks to these bolsters from the transfer portal. As that one gets put in play, foul. Count will be quickly 0-2 on Young. As Sestari will be next, and then the lineup will flip over back to Ingersoll. As you saw what the top of that lineup did in the bottom half of the first. Drew a couple of walks, got the bases loaded. A swing and a miss there from Young. She gets fooled by the big bender for strike 3 there. Good work on the mound from Colbert.
At bat, the second baseman, number 27, Nadia Cesari.
In these first 2 frames, it's 1 combined hit for both teams. It's really a pitcher's duel out here. We'll see if Sestari can change that with 1 swing, but she'll hit that high up in the air and foul ground. The catcher tries to make a diving play that's lineman, but it falls out of her glove for strike 1 to Sestari, so it's a new life for Nadia. Sestari, the graduate student out of Naugatuck, Connecticut. Remember a day about this temperature last year. It was closer to the end of the season, though, but Sestari put one right over the fence. She picked the bat up off her shoulder on a 3-0 count. Got a pitch that she liked and drove it. The 0-1. That misses for ball 1. So Sestari's got some power. A lot of these Owls hitters actually have some power. But she's looking to get on base here, flip the lineup back over, a 1-1 count. Colbert, swing and a miss from Sestari. That'll be 1-2. One thing this Penman team has done well as doing well offensively through these first 2 games, is they've done a great job keeping the Owls at bay on offense. The 1-2. Swing and a miss there for strike 3. They get Sestari, and that will end the frame quickly. It's been a pitcher's duel here at the Pels Field through the first 2. We'll be back top 3rd. Welcome back here. Top half of the 3rd is, let's get you some stats on this game in particular. Giselle DeLutri, 35 pitches, 3 strikeouts, 1 walk. Still no hits allowed, just the 1 walk. That one fouled straight back by Parisi. She's right on it. That count will go to 0-1. Parisi, a sophomore out of East Meadow, New York. The 0-1. Fouled back again. Count will be 0-2 quickly, 2 foul balls, but you notice the 2 foul balls, that means Parisi is either just a little behind or a little ahead, so she can even the timing up. She might end up with a base knock. That one, swing and a miss for strike 3. It's another strikeout for Giselle DeLutri. What should you get out of Giselle DeLutri? A strikeout machine.
At bat, number 11, the left fielder, Alyssa Abbott.
As here is Alyssa Abbott, the 9th batter for the Penmen, as they flip the lineup, right back over to Peyton Bryson after this at bat. That one catches the inside part of the zone for a strike. So something you notice about Delutri is she's really hitting all the different spots in the zone. Inside part, outside part, top corner, all 4 corners of that square. As that one hit hard and toward the outfield, Olivia Young makes a nice grab. It's been a day of flashing the leather for Southern Connecticut. You've got Nadia Sestari back in the 2nd inning, that nice diving play. Olivia Young slides to get that line out. What a day defensively for Southern Connecticut here, as yesterday they had a couple of defensive miscues that allowed some runs. But today it is a different story as the lineup flips back over to Bryson. Delutri doing a great job on the mound, but we cannot go behind the help that she's getting from her defense. Speaking of the defense, let's talk a little bit about this infield alignment. Iaquinto playing a little up. Pearson playing a little up the middle back. That one misses for a ball, 2-1. Another note on Iaquinto is whenever you're hearing some audio from the field, it is most likely her. She's definitely the loudest one out of the infielders. As that will get her for strike 3. As Giselle Delutri gets yet another strikeout. So we're going to head to the bottom of the 3rd with the top of the Owls order up. Izzy Ingersoll. We'll be back just after this.
Shortstop Izzy Ingersoll.
Welcome back, top of the order, back up. This is Ingersoll. Drew a walk in her first AB. Colbert up to 39 pitches now through 2 frames. As that one misses low for ball 1. We'll see if patience at the plate will pay off here for the young Izzy Ingersoll. Got corners up, middle back look for the infield. That's 1st and 3rd in, 2nd and short back at their normal depth. That one will even the count at 1-1 as that's a looking strike there for Ingersoll. Ingersoll leading the squad in average along with Brianna Pearson, so she's going to look to get a base knock here. That's exactly why you got her in the leadoff spot. She drives it right back up the middle for a base hit. That'll put Ingersoll on first base for Cheyenne Latouche.
At bat, the left fielder, number 21, Cheyenne Latouche.
Cheyenne Latouche, 6 games with an RBI out of the 10 she's played so far, 5 with 2 ribbies. She looks to square around, get one down. She does bunt. It goes right to the first baseman. That will goes right to the third baseman, and gets thrown to first for the out. It'll go down as a 5-3 sacrifice as Ingersoll will move up to second base. As here is Brianna Pearson.
At bat, the first baseman, number 1, Brianna Pearson.
She's got a runner in scoring position, a duck on the pond, if you will, with Ingersoll. That one misses low for ball 1. Again, those corner infielders playing a little bit further up in the middle. Donovan back at second base, as well as the shortstop. I believe that's Bryson. That one misses again for ball two. Patience at the plate for Pearson. That is Bryson and Donovan as your middle infield tandem, your second and short. Expect Pearson to get something she likes right here on the 2-0. No one misses again, 3-0. So they walk Pearson, they got to face Carly Austin. It's that cleanup hitter. Pearson leading the squad in average, tied with Ingersoll at 370. 3-0 the count, Colbert. First strike of the AB, count will be 3-1. Let's look for Pearson to try to get something she likes here. Sit back and drive it, and maybe Ingersoll will come in for that first run of the day. But with one out, you can afford to have a productive out again. That gets hit high up in the air, but that's fouling out of play. No play on it there for the first baseman. But it will fill up the count at 3-2. That is Julia Parisi out there at first base, number 22. 3-2 to Pearson. Misses outside for ball four. It's another walk. There have been a lot of walks today for Colbert. As here's Carly Austin in a big spot.
At bat, the catcher, number 9, Carly Austin.
First and second for Carly Austin. And Carly Austin, along with being a catcher and a great hitter, has taken on kind of an unofficial role for this team. And that's my unofficial sports information assistant. Carly Austin at the beginning of the season was sending me social media videos to recreate. I asked her for information on the roster. She's done nothing but help me out. So thanks, Carly Austin. That one gets hit foul out of play. Count will go to 1-1. 1-1 count, runners at first and second. No scoring yet, but Austin could change that here. The 1-1. Hit high up in the air again, another foul ball as that one falls just beyond the fence. You notice Parisi trying to go for everything out there at first base. She's up to that fence every single time. And the Owls' bats are right on it, fouling off everything. If they can afford to straighten it out, fix up their timing, they're going to get a ball in play like Ingersoll did to lead off the inning. That one misses for a ball as that one will get two runners into scoring position. It's two runners in scoring position, or two ducks on the pond for Carly Austin as the count is 2-2. It's a big spot for Austin in her junior season. Now you notice the corners shift a little bit more. Third base almost all the way up. She cuts that 60 feet maybe down to about 40 or 45. That one hit high up in the air by Austin. It's going to be a pop-up in toward the outfield. A nice play by the center fielder to catch it for the out. You see Ingersoll challenging there. It's a short fly out for Austin. But you saw Ingersoll move up that third base line, threatening, going, I want to see this throw. If that throw was off, Ingersoll was going to end up at home, no problem. As here's Iaquinto again.
At bat, the third baseman, number 12, Gianna Iaquinto.
So we go back all the way to the first frame. Iaquinto was one of those players up in that jam again as she hits that one foul. Count will be 0-1. With all these foul balls today, shout out to our facilities crew for stepping up. In particular, Joe Hines going to get almost every single one of these. And Sam Katz on the scoreboard. Huge shout out to both of our facilities members today, giving us some great help. Now it misses outside, 1-1. It's two runners in scoring position for the Division I transfer, Iaquinto. The 1-1. Upstairs again. 2-1 to Iaquinto, the count being a palindrome of her jersey number. 2 outs, Iaquinto looking for any way on to keep the rally going and get to Dino Vellis. The 2-1. Misses low for a ball. It's a good block by Abby Lineman. This count will remain 3-1. Both these runners did advance on a wild pitch, so Lineman doing a nice job behind the plate to prevent scoring off another one. 3-1 the count with 2 down. Iaquinto looking for any way on, as I just mentioned. She's going to look for ball 4 here. But she drives that one out toward the outfield. A play there for the left fielder. It's been a great defensive game on both sides as that one flies out to more left center, but the left field ends up making the play. As they retire Iaquinto for the 3rd out of the frame with runners in scoring position, we will be back in the top half of the 4th.
The designated player, Libby Sousa.
Welcome back, top 4. It's Livy Sousa to lead off. So Livy showing bunt early. It's a looking strike for strike 1. You see Livy showing bunt. You see Iaquinto taking note, playing in, along with Pearson. Now, when hit up a fly ball, Sestari ends up getting it again. Great day to be an Owls middle infielder between Sestari and Ingersoll. As here is Casey Demora. .439 batting average coming into today with 18 hits and 4 ribbies. Misses low for a ball. DeLutri doing a great job on the mound, but this batter, Demora here, is going to be yet another test. The 1-0. Misses for another ball. We'll see how careful DeLutri is pitching to Demora. Is 1 out, nobody on. There's a base open. She can walk Demora if she feels the need. That's a swing and a miss from Demora, and that one low and away. Count will be 2-1. And misses inside now, 3-1 count for Demora. As if I were Giselle DeLutri out there, I would try to fit something in the strike zone, but I would not throw something to get a surefire strike because Demora is such a dangerous hitter. 3-1. Swing and a miss. 3-2, the count fills up. Demora versus DeLutri. Giselle DeLutri at 51 pitches. This will be her 52nd. That one catches the inside part of the zone for strike 3. Another strikeout for DeLutri as she strikes out the dangerous Demora.
At bat number 5, Peyton Feldman.
As here is Peyton Feldman. 2 out, nobody on. As that's the first strike of the at-bat. DeLutri is just so confident out there on the mound. Working ahead, pounding the zone. Unafraid is Giselle DeLutri. This is the same Giselle DeLutri we saw at post with 13 Ks. That one misses upstairs for the first ball, 1-1. As this is a completely different Southern Connecticut team than we saw yesterday against the Penmen. At times, the Penmen seem to get runs at will. And today, the Owls have come in with a new mindset. They went home, they got a good night's sleep, and they woke up this morning on the right side of the bed. 2-1 the count, 2 down. DeLutri sets, delivers. That's a strike there. Count will even at 2-2. Feldman looking to put the ball in play, get hit number 1 of the day for Southern New Hampshire. 2-2 count, 2 down. DeLutri sets, delivers out of the circle. That one misses for ball 3. Count will fill at 3-2. That one hit hard by Feldman out toward the outfield, and that will fall just before the warning track for hit number 1 of the day for the Penman, as she will stay put at second base. It's a double to straightaway center for Peyton Feldman as that breaks up the no-no for DeLutri.
At bat number 1, Charlotte Donovan.
As here is Charlotte Donovan. Donovan, a bit of a two-way player, a bit of a Shohei Ohtani-esque type for this team. Yesterday tossed the second game of the doubleheader. Also plays that middle infield spot at second base. She'll foul that one straight back for strike 1. So you can tell in this game that this is going to be a game where opportunities... You can tell that this offense, this game in particular, is going to be a game where opportunities are at the minimum, as that one misses for a ball, 1-1. As the Owls have already had 2 opportunities to get a run, they've squandered them both. If the Penmen can take advantage of this one, it's going to be big for the rest of the game. We're already in the 4th. DeLutri sets, delivers. Hit hard up the middle. Ingersoll fields off a hop, throws to first, and that retires Donovan. So things got a little scary for the Owls as they gave up that 2-out double to Feldman, but they retire the batter at the plate to get into the bottom half of the 4th frame. We'll be back just after the break. Welcome back here, bottom 4. Here's Christina DiNovellis to lead off against Colbert, who's done an excellent job all day, allowing just 2 hits. Just 3 total hits for both teams combined today. It's been a real pitcher's duel, a battle of the aces. The 0-1. Upstairs, swing and a miss again. 0-2 to DiNovellis. The Owls looking to see if they have another superstar freshman. You know, I talked about Izzy Ingersoll, NE10 Rookie of the Year. A lot of sophomores on this squad that had great freshman seasons. The 0-2. Fouled straight back. Count will remain at 0-2. 63rd pitch coming up for Colbert. As both these pitchers had a couple of rocky moments, but they're working efficiently now through 4 innings of work. The 0-2 misses upstairs for a ball, 1-2. As you saw, DiNovellis had to poke the head back a little bit there. That one was inside. The 1-2. Upstairs again, that's 2-2. DiNovellis battling back. I've talked about patience at the plate all day. It's now a 2-2 count with nobody out. DiNovellis looking to play that leadoff role. It'll be her, Chamberlain, and Olivia Young due up this inning. The 2-2. fouled straight back again. This next pitch will be the 7th of the AB for Colbert, just as I talk about working efficiently. Two and two count. Count that was once 0-2. Dino Vellis looking to protect the plate. That one swing and a miss on an outside pitch as Colbert got her chasing for the strikeout. So now we'll see Jordan Chamberlain.
Number 13, the right fielder, Jordan Chamberlain.
So here's Jordan Chamberlain. So I filmed a little social media content with the softball team earlier in the season. The question of the day was, what are you obsessed with right now? And Jordan Chamberlain said, listening to Freebird on repeat, and right there it shows. She picked it as a walk-up song for her season. Count will be 0-2 to Chamberlain. That one misses upstairs for a ball, 1-2. So with one down, Chamberlain looking to find any way on, as the Penmen have shown in that last half inning that they can threaten a little bit. The 1-2 from Colbert. Another swing and a miss for Jordan Chamberlain. Colbert doing really well on the mound too. Giselle DeLutri not the only one who can get a strikeout from inside the circle.
At bat, the center fielder, number 48, Olivia Young.
As here is Olivia Young with two down. Misses upstairs for ball one. Young led this squad in homers last season. Be a great time to get a solo shot, as this game, runs are going to be at a premium here in game one of this doubleheader today. Colbert sets, delivers from the circle. That one hit high up in the air, but that's foul and out of play. She'll even the count at 1-1. So the 1-1 count, you've got your corners up a little bit, your middle infielders back just a touch as well. That one catches the outside part of the zone for strike two. Count will be at 1-2 here with two down. Young looking to sit back and drive it. Get a little two-out rally started as Sestari would be next, the 1-2. Hit high up in the air again. She'll pop that one up over to Donovan, and it's a routine play for the second baseman for the out. Two strikeouts and a pop fly retire the Owls here in the bottom of the fourth. We'll be back in the top of the fifth frame.
At bat, the right fielder, number 3, Nick Alto.
We are back here, top five. DeLutri still wheeling and dealing, 61 pitches through 4 innings of work. And one catches the outside part of the zone for strike one. Let's get you some 6 Ks for Giselle DeLutri. Another great start for her. We'll see if she can get in double digits today. The 0-1. Slow roller, but foul. Count will be 0-2. She must have hit it off her foot or something. I didn't get the greatest angle on it. Head coach will come out to check on her athlete there. This is Deb Robitaille, head coach of the Penmen. As I've gone over to get lineup cards for stats before both of these games, just great human being to be around is Deb Robitaille. Been with this program for a little while. Done a great job. She gets both of these wins today. She'll be at 500 for her career. Yo, 2. Misses outside for ball 1. Bottom part of this Penman order. Mick Alto, Abby Lineman, Julia Parisi. That's 6, 7, 8. 1-2. Just misses for ball 2. That looked like a great spot from DeLutri. Is something I'm noticing. I'm right behind the plate. And all of these balls for DeLutri look like they are in excellent spots. Just missing a little bit. The 2-2. Hit fouled straight back. Just as I mentioned, I'm right behind home plate. That ball comes right to me. Two count, nobody out. DeLutri. We're going to start the inning off with a little bit of momentum for the Owls. Alto looking for any way on the 2-2. Misses outside. It fills up the count at 3-2. The payoff from DeLutri. Misses for ball 4. That looked like a great spot, but Alto draws the walk as they got a leadoff base runner for Abby Lineman. Is Deb Robitaille going to talk to the umpire? May get a pinch hitter, pinch runner. It's parts of the day where softball becomes a chess match, ladies and gentlemen. Every single decision in a tight game like this is so important, as we are going to get a pinch runner on the base paths. That is number 6. Tori Christie, we've seen her pinch run twice already.
Tori Christie, and at bat for the Penman, number 23, the catcher, Abby Lineman.
So Tori Christie will come in as a pinch runner. Does not have a stolen base on the season yet. Zero attempts, 0 stolen bases, but see if they get Christie moving around here with nobody out. The Owls on a ground ball with a runner at first. They're going to look to turn anything. I have talked about this middle infield. I've given them their flowers. Ingersoll and Sestari. Look for them to flip on anything. First pitch to Lineman. Lineman shows bunt. She squares around, gets that one down, but fouls it off. Count will be 0-1 as you see Christie moving on contact, moving on anything. There's one thing you notice about Deb Robitaille is she calls out to our hitters in sequences of 3 numbers for plays. I don't know anything about what those sequences mean, but just an interesting to note thing to note for anyone back home who might have some more insight. 1-1 the count, nobody out, a runner at first base, that pinch runner being Christie, and here is Lineman. I wonder if Lineman gets on if they're going to pinch run as well. Swing and a miss. That'll be 1-2. DeLutri, we would love a strikeout right now. She's got 6 on the day. Can she make it 7? The 1-2. Outside for a ball. We're going to have to wait another pitch to find out, folks. I can tell you're on the edge of your seats. 2-2 count. The game-winning run on first base in the top half of the 5th. DeLutri sets up and delivers. Another ball to Lineman. The count fills at 3-2 with nobody out. Coach Robitaille saying right up the middle, right up the middle. Those are the last fielders I'd want to test. But there is a big gap between second and short. I can see what she's talking about. That one fouled off. Next pitch will be the 7th to Lineman. As from Lineman, we're looking for a liner. We're looking for a line drive. If you are a Penman fan, that's exactly what you're looking for, is that line drive to find a gap. 3-2, misses for ball 4. Tori Christie will move up to second base. Abby Lineman to first, as this will be Parisi at the plate. It looks like we might get a substitution here. I may have prognosticated that pinch runner. We are going to get another pinch runner. Expect some re-entries in the next half. It's Kylie Kraft.
Pinch running for the Penmen, number 4, Kylie Kraft. And at bat for the Penmen, number 22, Julia Parisi.
Kylie Kraft, again, 0 stolen base attempts, 0 stolen bases. Runners at first and second, Christie and Kraft. They bring the speed off the bench, do the Penmen. Maybe there'll be a little double steal action. As they show bunt, that one's upstairs for ball 1. You see Carly Austin, she's ready to throw. Don't test that arm of Carly Austin. The 1-0. Another ball, 2-0. 77 pitches for Delutri. As you have these chess decisions here by Deb Robitaille, I wonder if Kate Bowen is thinking about relievers right now. Maybe thinking about Kate Nickerson out of the pen. 2-0. She'll get the bunt down, but pop it up foul and out of play just behind the booth. Being behind the plate, I probably have the best view of the catcher out of anybody in this field. And you can see Carly Austin just ready on any pop fly. Sprung up very quickly off of that. Because if that stayed in, Carly Austin was going to do anything she could to catch that foul ball and get an out. But 2-1. Another bunt, that one stays up. Austin springs out again, but the count will go to 2-2. So we'll see if Parisi will swing away with 2 strikes, as they're going to have a little meeting, Parisi and Robitaille. You got to love that from a coach. You know, it's a tough situation. 2 runners on. It's a high-pressure moment. First thing that Robitaille does to Parisi, high five. Got to love that. The way that she supports these players in tough situations, it reminds me a lot of the head coach of Damon's basketball team that we saw at the women's basketball team that we saw at the East Regional here at Southern Connecticut. We got that honor to host the NCAA East Regional this year. Shout out to Holy Family for coming out of that bracket and advancing to the Elite 8 out there in Pittsburgh. 2-2 count, runners at first and second. Swing and a miss. That's a big out for Giselle Delutri. As my colleague Chris Smith would say, cool as a cucumber in a bowl of hot sauce is Giselle Delutri.
Number 11, Alyssa Abbott.
As here's Alyssa Abbott, runners at first and second. 80 pitches for Delutri on the day. I wonder if this will be her last frame. Swing and a miss there for Abbott. I've talked about the confidence of Delutri all day, and right now it is oozing. Ice water in the veins of Giselle Delutri out there on the mound as the count is 0-1. Hit on the ground, Iaquinto tries to backhand it. She misses that one. It rolls out, but no one coming home on that error. Base runners advance, though. Lineup turns back over. This is Peyton Bryson.
At bat, the shortstop, number 52, Peyton Bryson.
Big moment for Peyton Bryson out here. The bases are full. Bases juiced here for Bryson. As Giselle Delutri has to come back and pound the zone again. That one catches the outside part of the zone for strike 1. As we had a saying back in the Amity baseball days about 4 years ago now. It's backyard loose. As if you can play in big pressure situations like you did as a kid in your backyard growing up, you become a dangerous team. That one's put in play right at Izzy Ingersoll, though, as she catches that one for the out. 2 out, Livy Sousa.
At bat, number 2, the designated player, Livy Sousa.
As here is Sousa. 227 average coming into the day. She's showing bunt already. So Iaquinto missed the backhand at third, but I wouldn't test this infield too much as that's the first strike. A rare mistake for the infield. Got a Division I transfer at third. Third in the nation in infield assists at short, and the short-handed Nadia Sestari at second. As well as transfer from Anyton Powerhouse at Delphi at first base. I would not test this infield. This is a 1-1 count. 1-1 count with 2 down, showing bunt. Hit on the ground to first base. As that one will go foul. Count will be 1-2. I thought that one was, I did not see what happened there, but if that ball was fair, it would have been an easy put out there. 3 unassisted for Brianna Pearson. It's Delutri at 87 toss. That one hit high up in the air out toward first base, kind of in no man's land. A diving grab attempted by Sestari as it falls. 2 runners will score. As they're talking about whether that ball is fair or foul, Kate Bowen coming out to plead her case. As Kate Bowen pleads her case here, we're going to see what happens. Fans do not like the call either. So we're going to call time there. Got runners at the corners. A new game, a 2-0 lead for Southern New Hampshire. Regardless of whether that ball was fair or foul, you had 3 different fielders coming for it.
Bat for the Penman, number 12, third baseman Casey DeMora.
And Nadia Sestari coming for it out there. Pearson, I believe Chamberlain even came in. There's been more communication in the field, may have gotten the Owls the out, but this is Casey DeMora, the dangerous hitter for the Penman. She'll foul that one straight back. Count will go to 0-1. You see a new confidence in this Penman offense after getting 2 right there. Is that questionable fair or foul call. Count will be 0-1. The 0-1. Misses for ball 1. 1-1 count, 2 down, runners at the corners. Giselle Delutri looks to get the Owls out of the inning. That one misses for another ball. Count will be 2-1. Delutri up over 90 pitches. This is 92 that she'll throw right here. DeMora looks to keep the rally going. Peyton Feldman would be next. 2-1. Hit high up in the air. Sestari calls for this one, and she will retire DeMora on the pop fly as 2 runs come across as your first 2 of the day for the Penmen. As they take a 2-0 lead, we will be back after this. Bottom half of the 5th, this is Nadia Sestari, the 9th batter in the Owls order, when they will flip it back over to Ingersoll. That one in there for strike 1. Colbert, 75 pitches here. It's been my quote of recent broadcasts is, everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. And giving up those 2 runs was a punch to the face for Southern Connecticut, so what are they going to do to respond here? for them to deal an uppercut in the bottom half of this frame. I can feel it. This is when the top half of the order is up. It may be their last time, as that's a swinging strike for Sestari. It'll be 0-2 on the count. Oh, 2. Swing and a miss for Sestari for strike 3. Through 4.1 frames, Colbert's got 7 Ks, but 3 walks. So watch out for the walk here. Here is Izzy Ingersoll. She's got a walk and a base knock today. Right on that one as she fouls it off. Ingersoll, last year's Rookie of the Year. Batting .370 coming into the day. And down 2-0, she represents a much-needed runner on. Ingersoll, another one. Almost the same spot. Very convenient for the facilities crew on that one. 2 balls that go almost exactly the same place. 0-2 count. Look for Ingersoll to try to choke up on the bat and put the ball in play in any way possible. Colbert wants to retire this dangerous batter. That one's low, skips to the plate for a ball. 1-2 the count. You see the corners playing up, middle playing back. The 1-2 to Ingersoll will be coming right now. Hit hard through the gap. That's another base hit for Izzy Ingersoll. This will set up Cheyenne Latouche. Through 10 games, 6 with 1 RBI, 5 with 2 RBI. Coaches will call time here for Southern New Hampshire Penman. It might be a change in wing, as it is. We have a new wing in the Owl's Nest. Colbert will hand the ball off, it looks like. Yep. And we're going to get you a number. That is number 13 in the circle. One 3 in the circle. That is Kayla O'Boyle.
New pitcher in the circle for the Penman, number 13, Kyla O'Boyle.
Be 13 for 18 clean there in that flex pitcher spot. So let's get you some stats. We got some time. Fiddling around with the papers here, folks. You got a lot of them out here. Kayla O'Boyle, 3.39 ERA, 1-0 in 4 appearances, 1 game started. 10.1 innings tossed, 8 hits, 5 earned runs, 5 walks, and 8 Ks. 1 double allowed, 1 homer allowed for a batting average against of .211. It's more stats than you could ever want at home. First batter she faces will be the dangerous Cheyenne Latouche. This is the 1 out. You've got a runner on, and Izzy Ingersoll. We'll see how aggressive the Owls will play it. Another saying from my Amity days was aggressive and smart. As you see how far Parisi is in at first base, as here comes the first pitch from O'Boyle. Misses for ball 1. We've talked about Latouche leading the squad in RBIs. I believe she's got 11 on the season. It's just as they put in a new pitcher, Kate Nickerson is walking back with bullpen catcher there, CeCe Chadwick. Misses for ball 2. Count will be 2-0. 2-0 count. The walk has been the story of how the Owls have gotten on today and gotten a lot of their base runners. O'Boyle, the 2-0, see if she can battle back. Swing and a miss there from Latouche. That is strike 1. You watch Izzy Ingersoll there at first base on your screen, folks. She might end up trying to swipe second. The 2-1, she's going to move on any ball in the dirt. Is that one put in play, goes past first, goes past second and short. That is another base hit for the Owls. Ingersoll will advance to second. Latouche will pull into first base. 2-on-1 out for the dangerous Brianna Pearson. Bree Pearson, .370 batting average coming into today with 10 hits, 2 doubles, a triple, a homer for 5 ribbies. And we'd love to see her get up to 7 and tie this one. Latouche at second, Ingersoll at second, Latouche at first. That's strike 1. Sorry, folks, when you're the official scorer and the play-by-play guy, you're bound to mess something up. 0-1 the count. Pearson fouls that one off quickly, 0-2. You see O'Boyle getting a little more comfortable in the circle as she's tossed her 5th and 6th pitches. She's working behind a lot on Latouche, gave her something she liked a bit too much, and now O'Boyle's battling back, count 0-2. Pearson looking to choke up on the bat, move these runners over in any way possible. She puts the ball in play. It's a line out right at second base. Ingersoll does a nice job at getting back, but that throw goes errant past first, and these runners will advance on the throw.
At bat, the catcher, number 9, Carly Austin.
Carly Austin up at the dish. That was a very integral error by the Penmen in the field. As they were going to get 2 down with runners at first and second. Now it's 2 down with 2 ducks on the pond at second and third. See what Carly Austin can do here. She gets a bat on it. It's a slow roller out to third, but a nice play by the third baseman to retire the Owls. The Owls once again get runners in scoring position. They threaten, but they settle for 0 there. As it's still a 2-0 lead for the Penmen. We will be back in the top half of the 6th.
At bat for the Penmen, number 5, the center fielder, Peyton Feldman.
Welcome back. Top 6. Giselle Delutri still in the circle. 92 pitches on the day, 54 strikes. Gotta love that the new stat program we're using this year, Presto Sports, shows you that right at the top of the screen. No tab toggling for me over here. Feldman will lead off for the Penmen. It's the meat and potatoes of the order, the 4, 5, 6. That one first strike to Feldman. Count will be 1-1. It's just as I mentioned, no tab toggling. We'll toggle a tab here just to get you some numbers on Delutri. 3 walks, 7 Ks, 1 double allowed in 5 innings of work. Hit on the ground up the middle. That's a base knock for Feldman. Following her here will be Charlotte Donovan.
At bat, number 1, the second baseman, Charlotte Donovan.
Nobody out, runner at first base. Productive out, moves the runner over. You see Iaquinto pinching all the way in. Cuts that 60 feet down to maybe a 40. Squares around, gets that one down. Iaquinto fields the bunt, throws to first. As that one comes in and out of the hand of Sestari, the runner will advance from second to third.
At bat for the Penmen, number 3, the right fielder, Mick Alto.
Mick Alto will be the next batter up. That one's in there for strike 1. Runner moving around, though. They're going to get him in a little bit of a pickoff. Runner will get back in safely, though. Donovan testing. I thought she was going to try to get that steal off, but Austin throws it out to Sestari. They follow the runner back into the bag. Call time here. Kate Bowen's going to come out and talk to the fielders. Got Mick Alto up with runners at the corners here. Already a 2-0 lead for the Penmen as they look to add more insurance. Umps are going to conference, say that run's safe in. Coach Bowen may have thought Sestari got the tag on. 96 pitches for Delutri. Have to wonder who the Owls have out of the bullpen. 0-1 the count. That's strike 2. You notice on that bunt attempt, look at how far Brianna Pearson came in. At least halfway. Iaquinto must have to play back to hold the runners. This is Pearson's time to come up and get the bunt if it happens. Now it misses outside for a ball. 1-2 count, nobody out, runners at the corners. This is a big spot for the Penmen. Delutri looking to come up big for Southern Connecticut here on the mound in the circle. The 1-2. Hit high up in the air out toward the outfield. Young is going to backpedal. She tries to catch that one over the shoulder. It's going to fall for a base hit. That'll be a single there for Mick Alto. And it'll score Feldman. Here's Abby Lineman with runners at first and second.
At bat, the catcher, number 23, Abby Lineman.
As Delutri has hit the century mark. That's 100 pitches for Giselle in the circle. Something you notice about softball, it must be with the form, the underhanded pitching. These pitchers go way longer than baseball pitchers. Misses outside for ball 1. Pitch 101 for Delutri. Corners up, middle back here. Lineman hits it high up in the air. Pearson looking to try to make a play in foul ground. She's underneath of it. She'll grab it for the out. Brianna Pearson will get the Owls another out. That's the first out of the inning as Parisi comes to the plate. Here's Julia Parisi. That one catches the outside part of the zone for a strike. Penman today, 3 runs, 5 hits, 1 error. Southern Connecticut, 4 hits, no runs, 2 errors. Hit on the ground to short. Ingersoll has to charge up to get it. She'll throw to first to get the out. Simple 6-3 there, but the runners do advance. That's 2 runners in scoring position. Here's Alyssa Abbott now in the 9th spot. Now runners at second and third for the Penmen. 2 ducks on the pond. Delutri, as Abbott will foul that one off. Not in the park, that'll go out. 0-1, 2 down. Delutri needs 2 more strikes to get the Owls back in so they can hop on the sticks in the bottom half of the frame and try to make up these 3 runs. That one misses for a ball. 1-1 the count. One count, 2 down. That one misses for ball 2. Abbott rather, battling here in the driver's seat. Donovan and Alto are her base runners. Abbott fouls it off again. 2-2 the count with 2 down as that ball came down right behind me. Talked about that one coming right into the fence right at me. That one was legitimately 6 inches from this chair. 2-2 the count, 2 down, and somehow I didn't get hit. Delutri sets, delivers. That one hit up the middle, finds the gap for a base hit. One runner will round third and score. The other one will hold up at third base. Credit Abbott with an RBI. Here's Peyton Bryson.
At bat number 52, the shortstop Peyton Bryson.
109 pitches for Delutri on the day. The Penmen now have 4 runs. They take a 4-0 lead. The Owls are going to need some offense in the bottom half of the 6th. The first pitch of the AB to Bryson. She attempts the bunt. That one will go foul. Oh, and 1 the count here. 2 down, Delutri needs to retire Bryson here and get the Owls back into the dugout so they can hop on the sticks. That one catches the outside part of the zone for a strike. Austin checks back on the runner, but the runner's back in safely. Count will be 0-2 as Carly Austin came up firing right there. 0-2 count. Runners at the corners. The pitch. Hit on the line, but foul. This will be Delutri's 113th pitch, if I can count correctly. 0-2 count. 2 on, 2 down. Delutri sets, delivers. Swing and a miss, she gets Bryson on that one for strike 3 and a much-needed strikeout, but not before the Penmen increase their lead to 4-0, as we will be back in the bottom half of the 6th to see if the Owls can get some of this back. Welcome back, bottom 6.
At bat for the Owls, number 12, Gianna Iaquinto.
This here's Gianna Iaquinto. First one of the inning coming for O'Boyle. This will be her double-digit 10th pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-1. Do it for the Owls this inning. It's Iaquinto, DeNovellis, and Jordan Chamberlain as your 3 batters. Another swing and a miss for Iaquinto. That's 0-2. Gianna Iaquinto looking for any way on, being a leadoff, down 4-0. You really need some base runners. The 0-2. Iaquinto fouls it off. Went a little bit less dangerously close to our alfresco press box. That one headed more for the Southern Connecticut dugout. Count will be 0-2. Iaquinto, smart take, takes that one upstairs for a ball, 1-2. The 1-2 from Boyle. Iaquino hits that one sloughed roller in front of the plate. It's a nice play by the catcher to field it and throw for the out. As here is Christina Di Novellis.
At bat, number 77, the designated player, Christina Di Novellis.
Christina Di Novellis does not have a lot of at-bats this season. I thought this might have been the time that Kate Bowen went to the bench, but they're rolling with Di Novellis out here. One thing I noticed today, no Filippone in the starting lineup, as well as no Sophia Angiolini out there for the Owls. Those are two big batters on the bench. See if they see him in game 2. I don't know if they're on the shelf for injury. That one catches the outside part of the zone for the first strike as Di Novellis looks at that one, count will even at 1-1. 14 pitches for O'Boyle, 11 of which are strikes. Talk about dealing. Another swing and a miss, make that 15-12. Great ratio for O'Boyle. If we got any math whizzes at home, count that out as a percent. The 1-2. Chop foul. Count remains 1-2 on Di Novellis as she looks to stay alive at the plate and play leadoff with one down. Infield depth, Donovan and Bryson, your second shortstop, playing a little further back. Your corner infielders, that's Parisi and the third baseman playing in as there's a swing and a miss for Di Novellis. It'll be a strikeout swinging. 2 down, Jordan Chamberlain. See Di Novellis talking with
Number 13, Jordan Chamberlain.
both Chamberlain and Olivia Young, and that's something you got to do out here. As we'll wait for the first pitch here before I continue that one, as that's outside for ball 1. Something you got to do as a hitter, especially when there's a new pitcher on the mound, is you got to report some data back to your team. Di Novellis coming in to talk to the rest of the girls and saying, this is what this pitcher's doing, watch out for it. Another ball upstairs, 2-0. As if Chamberlain were to get out here, the bottom half of that last frame would be 8-9-1 in the batting order. As that one hit on the ground out towards second, Donovan fields it, flips it over to first for the out, a simple 4-3 to retire Chamberlain. This is a great inning by O'Boyle, keeping the Owls bats at bay. It's still 4-0. We'll be back top 7.
Bat for the Penmen, pinch hitting, number 8, Sydney Rose.
Another decision to go to a bench weapon here in the top 7th as Sydney Rose will come up and pinch hit. Another great decision out here for Deb Robitaille. Shows exactly why coming into today, 498 wins on the career. So this is outside for ball 1. Robitaille gets the sweep today. She'll be at 500. 1-0 count here to Rose. 114 pitches for Giselle DeLutri. Rose hits that one on the ground. It's right to Sestari. She'll throw it to first for the out. Simple 4-3 on the putout. So they retire the pinch hitter there. As here is Casey DeMora.
Number 12, the third baseman, Casey DeMora.
DeMora coming into today batting well over 400. That one catches the outside part of the zone for a strike. Count will go to 0-1. As I will say, I was a little shocked that Kate Bowen brought Giselle DeLutri back out for this 7th frame, but looking to see DeLutri go the distance. That one will be fouled off. Count will go to 0-2 as DeLutri ahead here on DeMora. They've done a great job against Casey DeMora today. I thought that was going to be the biggest threat for the Penmen, but the Owls have done an excellent job against DeMora. 0-2 count, 1 out, nobody on. The Penmen hold a 4-0 lead. That one hit on the ground right to DeLutri. She fields the position well, throws to first for the out. That's a 1-3. Here's Peyton Feldman. As DeLutri looks to go the distance and knows she's not going to Minnesota to find Moonlight Graham.
Number 5, the center fielder, Peyton Feldman.
If you get that reference out there, you're a real one. 2 down, nobody on, 4-0. That misses for ball 1. One and 0 the count. DeLutri. Middle infielders back, corners in as that one gets hit high up in the air. Another foul ball. That'll go out of play, 1-1. Talked about that foul ball earlier that landed not even 6 inches from me in this chair. One thing I will say I'm proud about myself there, did not flinch at all. Yesterday, every foul ball that got hit back here was flinching. 1-1 count. It's in there for strike 2. As I continue to talk about the dangers of no press box out here, it's a 1-2 count with 2 down. We'll say it's a nice way to get a little bit of a tan. 1-2 count, 2 down. DeLutri sets up, delivers to the plate. That one misses inside, evens the count at 2 apiece. Peyton Feldman looks to keep the inning going. She looks to get a little more insurance for the Penmen, but the Owls want to hop on these sticks and they want to get a run up there. They need some momentum going into the 4th and final game of the set. That one will miss, 3-2. Feldman, a patient at bat, 2 straight balls. She's battled all the way back. DeLutri up well over 120 pitches. So we saw one of the Penmen pitchers toss near 150 pitches yesterday. 3-2 the count, 2 down. Hit in the air toward the outfield. That's going to find a gap and fall for Feldman. That'll fall in left center for a base knock. Charlotte Donovan will be up.
At bat, number 1, the second baseman, Charlotte Donovan.
124 for DeLutri coming into this at bat. Watch and see if they're going to move Feldman. I don't know if the aggressiveness is necessarily needed with the 4-0 lead, but you never know. Hit in the air out toward the outfield. Young tries to come in. That's going to fall in front of her for yet another base hit. Back-to-back singles for Feldman and Donovan. This will bring up Makaya Alto.
At bat, number 3, the right fielder, Mick Alto.
As Mick Alto looks to continue the rally with 2 down. DeLutri looking to get the Owls back into the dugout. 125 pitches for Giselle. The 126th is upstairs for ball 1. Corners up, middle back again. Iaquinto pinching a little bit in. Pearson just mainly focused on holding the runner. These middle infielders back in the gap as that one is upstairs again. That's ball 2. You can see Giselle DeLutri's running a little bit out of steam here. I wonder if that means they're going to switch up one of the 2 batteries out here. The 2-0 DeLutri hit foul. 2-1. Alto's already got at least 1 hit today. We're actually going to check the live stats so I don't give you a stat that's approximated. Alto, I said it, 1 hit, 1 for 2. 2-1. Outside 3-1. Hitters count here for Alto. I think if there's a walk here, we might see Austin walk to the mound, talk to DeLutri here as it's a 3-1 count with 2 down after giving up back-to-back singles. The 3-1. Swing and a miss, 3-2. Giselle DeLutri looking to battle back. It's a big spot. She needs the strikeout here, bring the Owls in. No hurt in this inning. Trying to make up the 4 in the bottom half of the 7th. Delutri kicks, steals from the circle. That one chopped over to first base. It's an easy, never mind, that's a foul ball. That late foul call will always get me, folks. Every single time. I was ready to say that's a quick, easy, unassisted put out for Pearson, and the Owls will be back in the dugout, and we'll be back in the bottom half of the 7th, but I guess not. 3-2. That one fouled back. This will be the 8th pitch tossed of the at-bat for Giselle Delutri. 132 after this next one. But the count is full. Delutri has to find this one in the zone or get the batter Mick Alto to chase. The 3-2. Hit in the air out toward the outfield. That's going to fall again. That's a base hit as the runners will remain safe, and the throw home is not in time. Been a great day to be Mick Alto out there. It's her second hit of the day. Picked up a couple of ribbies. Time on the field looks like Kate Bowen is coming out to talk to Giselle Delutri, and it might be the end of the line. She did a great job today, though. Tossed a lot of pitches. Your final pitch count for Giselle Delutri, if she's coming out of this game right now, is 133 with 83 strikes. Donovan and Alto, 2 runners on. Abby Lineman up at the plate. They're going to continue to talk. It looks like there's nobody out there to hand the ball to, so I think this is Delutri's game to finish. It is.
At bat for the Penman, number 23, the catcher, Abby Lineman.
As Coach Bowen says, this is your game to finish, kid. Two runners on a 5-0 lead for Southern New Hampshire. Delutri looking to get the Owls into the dugout. This is for ball 1. One and 0 the count, 2 down. A 5-0 lead for Southern New Hampshire. That one hit hard out toward the outfield. That's going to find a gap in right center. Rounding third and heading home is that lead runner, and she will score uncontested. Both runners will stay put at first and second, though. Abby Lineman will pick up an RBI. Lead runner will score. That's Donovan. Mick Alto heads to second base. It looks like we're going to get another change here at the plate. This is number 20 coming in to pinch hit. Taylor Reed would be your pinch hitter. It is a pinch hitter, Taylor Reed. Let's get you some stats on Taylor Reed, folks. Taylor Reed coming into today, no hits, 2 at-bats. So test out one of those pieces here for the 6-0 lead. That one misses for ball 1, 136 pitches for Giselle Delutri. One 0 count. Swing and a miss, count will go to 1-1. One and 1 the count. Delutri with 2 down looks to get the Owls back into the dugout. Reed looks to continue this 7th inning rally for the Penmen and extend the lead to 7. Swing and a miss there. Count will be 1-2. Giselle Delutri doing a nice job of, facing a little bit of adversity, but battling back here against Reed. That one misses for a ball, 2-2. This pitch right here will be number 140 for Delutri. Pitch coming. Misses for a ball. That one will get past Carly Austin, and the runners will pull into second and third. Full count to Reed. 2 ducks on the pond, a 6-0 lead. Can Delutri close the door? Misses for ball 4, that's a walk. It will load up the bases. Alyssa Abbott will be next here. Kate Bowen coming out toward the umpire. I'm assuming this is a pitching change. It is. Kate Nickerson will come out to the circle. Kate Nickerson will come out to the circle in a big spot. 2 outs in the 7th, a 6-0 lead, bases loaded.
In the circle for the Owls, number 14, Kate Nickerson.
And as Kate Nickerson takes a second to warm up, I'm going to take a second to rest up. We'll be back just after the break.
At bat for the Penmen, the left fielder, number 11, Alyssa Abbott.
Welcome back here after the pitching change. That's outside for ball 1. First pitch of the day for Kate Nickerson. She's part of a combined 1-hitter against Post out there in Space Coast, Florida. That one hit hard, but foul and out of play. Still hustling to try to get over there, though, is Latouche. I thought we might have seen a layout and foul ground there from Latouche, but decides to hold up as the count goes to 1-1. Step and a dive. 1-1 the count. Corners up, middle back on the infield. Hit hard again. That's foul. Alyssa Abbott is right on it. Straightening out the bat. That's going to be a hard ball for this infield. But as I've mentioned, this is a tough infield. 1-2 count, 2 down, runners at the corners. Misses for ball 2. Nice play there from Carly Austin to keep that ball in front. The Owls need to get in the dugout so they can do something here in the bottom half of the 7th. I believe bottom of the order turns over to the top. In the inning, I think we've got something like 8-9-1. But I'll get you that once the inning starts. It's a 3-2 count. Full count here to Abbott. A walk scores another run. Swing and a miss there. It's a big strikeout for Kate Nickerson coming in relief and shutting the door there as the Owls will get ready for the bottom half of the 7th frame. We will have Olivia Young, Nadia Sestari, and Izzy Ingersoll, your 3 batters, but we're going to take a quick break before the frame. We'll be back just after the break. Welcome back, last chance, last dance for the Owls. Young, Sestari, Ingersoll. Young looking bunt, pulls back, ball one. I mentioned my buddy, John McNellis, the master of the bunt single. Maybe channel your inner Johnny Mac right here, 1-0 the count. That's inside a miss, 2-0. O'Boyle's still out there in the circle, number 13, 24 pitches out of relief, but pitch counts are not the biggest deal in softball because we pitch every other day pretty much. Corners up, middle back. The 2-0 to Young. Hit on the ground, past that corner up, it's off the base. That's a base hit for Young. Rounding first, she'll head to second as Olivia Young pulls in with a stand-up double. Nadia Sestari looks to keep the rally going with nobody out.
At bat, number 27, Nadia Sestari.
As Nadia Sestari has a runner in scoring position in second base, that's Young. First pitch. Inside for ball one. You saw Sestari back up off the plate there. One and 0 the count. The pitch. Misses again, 2-0. It's been a lack of control here for O'Boyle. Saw that happen against Olivia Young. Couple of pitches outside, then she had to serve up one that Olivia Young really liked. She might have to do the same here again to Sestari. The 2-0. That one gets past Sestari on the wild pitch. Young advances. Count is 3-0 on Nadia Sestari. It's going to be a mound visit here. Everyone coming up, including Deb Robitaille, head coach of the Penmen. They'll talk it out here on the mound with O'Boyle, the reliever, at 29 pitches. So Robitaille comes out. They're not going to hand the ball over. They're going to trust O'Boyle here in the bottom half. But 60 feet away is Olivia Young and Nadia Sestari at the plate. In the graduate student season, this is her final campaign with SCSU softball. She looks to get the Owls a much-needed first run of the game, and maybe that's a domino to start the rally. As I've talked about it all day, the top half of this order is dangerous. 3-1 misses again. That's ball four. Sestari draws the walk. It's runners at the corners for Izzy Ingersoll. And as the walk-up song says, ladies and gentlemen, all eyes on Izzy. Runners at the corners. Coming into today, Izzy Ingersoll batting .370. Today alone, Izzy Ingersoll, 2 hits and a walk. She takes that one for the first strike. NE10 Rookie of the Year up at the plate here. This is exactly who I want in this spot if I'm Kate Bowen. Nobody out, runners at the corners. The pitch from O'Boyle. Ingersoll hits it on the ground over to short. The runners will advance, and that throw will get Ingersoll at first base by a hair. So Ingersoll does the job. Young scores. Sestari moves to second as the Owls have to play with one down here, though.
At bat, number 21, Cheyenne Latouche.
As Ingersoll will pick up the RBI there. Nadia Sestari scoring position. Cheyenne Latouche took strike one as the count is 0-1. That misses for the first ball. So the Owls crack the scoreboard at 6-1. Can they continue the rally here? Cheyenne Latouche, I've mentioned it throughout the broadcast, 5 games with 2 RBIs, 6 games with 1 RBI, 5 games with 2 RBI. Latouche hits that one high up in the air out towards center. It's an easy play for the center fielders. That will retire the out. Sestari thinks about going but decides not to there. As it's 2 down, the Owls are down to their last chance with Brianna Pearson. Brianna Pearson coming into today hitting .370 along with Ingersoll. Ten hits, 2 doubles, 1 triple, 1 homer, 5 RBI, 17 total bases. Another RBI for Pearson here would be nice. Miss inside for ball 1. 2 down, Carly Austin would be next. The 1-0. Misses for a ball, 2-0. They check back on the runner. Sestari is back in safely. Nice throw there, though, from Abby Lineman, just showing these Owls that they should not test Lineman there and go for that risky steal of third. 2-0 the count. O'Boyle has been battling from behind on these batters all day. This is the pitch. Fouled off there by Brianna Pearson. She's right on it. Foul ball out on the right side. Out that right field first base line. 2-1 to Pearson. Can the transfer get us a much in the clutch 7th inning run? Misses for ball 3. Patience has been key. It was key in the first inning when the Owls got those bases loaded opportunities. It's going to be key again here in the 7th. 3-1 the count. Expect Pearson to get something she likes. O'Boyle delivers from the circle. Pearson takes ball 4. Every time I've said this broadcast, expect X-batter to get a pitch that she likes. It's another ball. 40 pitches for O'Boyle in the circle. Here is Carly Austin with runners at first and second and 2 down. See what Carly Austin can do here with 1 runner in scoring position. She's got to get a base hit to keep the rally going. That one misses upstairs for a ball. She could get a walk as well, as that's been key for the Owls today. In total, 4 walks drawn by the Owls. That is a strike. Count will be 1-1 to Carly Austin. So look for Austin to try to smack it right back up the middle between second and short, as that's a ball outside, 2-1. The key for her, though, in this at-bat is going to be do not chase. Two-one count, 2 down, 2 runners on. O'Boyle looks to shut the door on the Owls and get them into game 2. Austin swings and misses. She's 1 strike away. It has been a great weekend for the Southern New Hampshire Penmen. It's right here they look to put an end on a 3rd win against the Owls. That one misses low for a ball. It's a nice block by Lineman. The count will fill up at 3-2. The runners have to stay put. If that ball gets past Lineman, you got 2 ducks on the pond for Carr. It's going to get scary out here. As the Owls are looking to prepare a pinch hitter for the next batter. That looks like Iris Rooney in the on-deck circle. The 3-2. Austin fouls it off. Upcoming is pitch number 7. As the fate of this game rests in Carly Austin's hands. See if she can prove to have ice water in her veins and keep the inning going. 6-1 the score. O'Boyle sets up, delivers out of the circle. Austin grounds that one over to third. It's a routine play for the Penmen, and they retire Austin for the final out. Stick around here, folks, though, as the Penmen take game 1 6-1. We will have game 2 in roughly, I'd say, about 20 minutes to a half hour, as we'll be back for game 2 just after that break.